When companies are looking at their supply chain, it's very tempting to start with what they currently have and try to make incremental improvements. But it's actually far more powerful to take a step back and ask a more fundamental question. What is it going to take for the business to win? And if we started with a clean sheet of paper from a supply chain point of view, with no constraints whatsoever, what would you build? And by doing that, a few things happen. One is the value in the supply chain becomes clear. Without the barriers and constraints, you know what to go do. You can also explore and test the scenarios and trade-offs that you typically would want to do to understand what the future end state vision is. And once you have that vision and you have the general management team, the marketing team, the supply chain team all bought in on where the supply chain needs to go to enable the business to win, that's a very powerful motivating factor. In fact, we saw this at one of our clients when you actually painted that vision out and they were able to get past the boundaries. People started asking, what's it going to take? What's it going to take for me to achieve that vision? And the barriers that had hung people up in the past, the constraints, whether it's labor management or assets or footprint, they were able to find creative solutions to those problems and translate that into a specific, actionable plan that they could actually go and execute against and start from where they are today to get to that vision. And the results were incredible in that particular situation. They were able to take huge cost out, which resulted in hundreds of basis points of margin improvement, which they then in turn invested in advertising and selling activity, which then allowed them to double the growth rate of the business. And of course, that read through to the stock price. The stock price doubled over a 4-year period. So we'd say it's very powerful to be impractical for a moment and to start with that fundamental question with no constraints. What should your supply chain look like to help your business win and succeed and prosper in the marketplace?